Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of How About That SMP. It has been quite a while. I had gotten sick, and then I got sick again, and now I'm still slightly sick, but I'm good enough to record, so we're back. Now, last time we were here, we spent the last 4 episodes building the Guardian farm, and, well, let's go take a look. This thing! This is what we spent the last 4 episodes building. The big old Guardian farm that works both Nether and Overworld, a giant drowned farm, and a sorting system with an allay sorter chamber. I think it's about time we take a break from this project, because the only thing I could see us doing with it next is putting a building or a temple around it. And I don't feel like doing that right now, guys. I've kind of had enough of this project. Why don't we just go ahead and work on the starter base? I was thinking we could start with the interior of our house. Okay, everybody. There's an Enderman. Hey, I want some Ender Pearls, guys. See, in the latest update, guys, they kind of boosted Enderman fights, but this guy apparently doesn't seem to know what he's doing. Basically, Endermen are supposed to be harder to fight, but that guy just stood in a crop field, so that really doesn't give off the good image. Anyway, I have cleared all of my stuff out of the house, so we can work on an interior for this place. I'm not entirely sure what I think I'm gonna do. I kind of envision an open table right here, maybe, and we could section off a kitchen, maybe here. Kind of put a wall here with a table, or not table, the kitchen here maybe. Not too sure. In the basement, I think I'm going to try and squeeze in a lot of storage. We have to actually put in walls and a floor. So there's a few different things, few different ideas I got for down here. We'll get there. And then up here was where I originally had all my stuff, and I cleaned it out. I don't think I'm going to put up a wallpaper in here. I like the orange color. I am going to actually remove these spore blossoms right now, though, because I'm not sure if they're going to fit the vibe. Who knows? And then the roof, I might try to add something up here, but because these are bottom slabs, that would be very difficult, actually. But we will see where it takes us. Now, something I didn't tell you guys about earlier, we have got new mini blocks on this world. So previously, the mini blocks were kind of like this shulker head. You could put them on your head, which you cannot do with these anymore. It is not possible. You could previously sit on them, which is no longer possible. And you used to not be able to break them. You had to crouch and click on them, and now you can break them. But those aren't necessarily major things. I mean, no one really wore the mini blocks anyway. But you can now use these better for decoration. So they do act like a normal block. You can walk up on them. They don't count as entities, so they won't lag your world like the other ones did, which is great. And if you click on it, so if you just click on it normally, it'll spin around, so you can change the direction. That's great. But now if you click on it with the same type of mini block, it'll snap to the corner. So if you put 2 right there like that, you can spin this one around, and now you can make these intricate little designs. But you do got to get a bit creative, because if I were to snap this one there now, it does leave that gap, and you can't put 2 in the same block. So you do got to get interesting with it. But there's a few cool things you can do, and I think they will overall be better. Plus, these are much easier to get. Previously, you had to go to the Wandering Trader. Well, now I can just stick some blocks in here, and voila, now I've got more mini blocks. But, yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the interior, and I will be right back with you guys in a second. Alright guys, so for you guys it's been a second. For me, it has been like 20 minutes, but I have mapped out the interior. I have just used dirt and moss, don't judge. But this room, this would be like a wall or a room divider, and here will be a kitchen. This is like a table, the moss chairs. It's a little tight, but I'm thinking rather than a full wall, I kind of just have like a room divider, so it like maybe slabs on the ceiling or something, but it divides the room without really putting a wall. And then upstairs, this room would be like a bathroom. This would be the bed, probably a shelf, and this would be probably a corner couch with a coffee table and a lamp on a table there. Didn't end up putting anything on the roof. I don't want to mess with the half slabs. And if we head all the way down to the basement, this was a really easy one. This would be a centralized workbench, a few workbenches on the wall, a chest wall here. I'm probably gonna have to move the allays. And I have a really cool idea for a conveyor belt type thing with moving minecarts and pistons. But you're gonna have to wait to see how I get that to work. First up, before we can get to any of this, we have to go gather the materials that I require to build all this. Because if we look in these chests, I just have a lot of junk, and I don't have any valid building materials at all. So let's go get some materials, guys. Hello everybody, we're back. So yeah, that was a pretty short time lapse, and all I did was get 50 anchor logs, which really ain't that much, but it's what I needed, so we got it. Now there is one more material that I'm gonna need, and it's bamboo. Now as I'm sure you're all aware, if you saw Minecraft Live, there's bamboo wood and stuff coming out in the new update. But what some probably don't know, which you would if you watched my last video, 1.19.50 came out just yesterday, and with it came the new next major update toggle, which is right here in settings, load settings, right here. Experiments, all these are on next major update. We have turned it on, meaning we now have access to bamboo wood. And I'm going to need some of this for the interior. We also have access to camels and all that stuff is what that means. So next video, we're probably going to go look for a camel. Screw around with some people on the server, but I mean, yeah. I ain't got plans for the next episode yet. I don't know why I'm talking to the future. I just need bamboo, and I'm kind of talking to make this an interesting clip as I mine bamboo. I'm going to stop.
Alright everybody, so this is going to be a small portion of the video. We're going to do a little bit of a walkthrough of the house and everything that we have done so far, and then we're probably going to end it here due to a reason I will discuss in a minute. So first of all, let's just take a little walk through the house. We did a lot of work on this interior. It was the entire purpose of today's episode. In the kitchen, we've got a little bit of a dishwasher setup. You can come over here where we have what is meant to be sinks. We have this bamboo mosaic kind of a kitchen cut off area. I'm not sure that I necessarily like it though, so in the future or in between episodes I may actually end up removing this whole section and just kind of going for an open floor design, because I kind of feel it cuts off the room and just doesn't really look too great. And then this stone thing is these smokers. The tops are supposed to represent a stove. And you know how above your stove you have a smoke duct? That is what these stone stairs are supposed to represent. But once again, I'm not sure I really like how these fit or look. So between episodes, we may see a bit of a change there. Overall, I am happy with how this bottom floor has come out. I think that the dining table in the middle is very nice. And I'm quite happy with this little last minute kind of countertop stool area that I added out looking over the window is. It all looks quite fabulous in my opinion. And if we head upstairs, we did a full renovation up here. So we have a little lantern in this fish head to provide light, and I think it looks quite nice with the fish head in it. Kind of like those Chinese lanterns, you know? If you know what I'm talking about. I'll put one up on screen if you don't. But it looks kind of like one of those, and I think it's very fun. We've got a lot of mangrove going on up here. All the walls and everything are made of mangrove, but I think it complements the color of the exterior of the house quite nice, with all the oranges and the bright birch. So if we come down this hallway a bit more, we've got a little bit of a seating area. You can sit on this couch. You've got this little bit of an island in the middle with a lantern. You can put food and drinks on. We've got a nice potted plant using the flowering azalea leaf block and the sapling. And then we've got some moss in the middle of some bamboo trapdoors, and it's just a very cute potted plant. Then we've got 2 additional rooms. In here we've got a bathroom. I did have to cram everything in here a little bit. Overall, I think it works. I think the roughest part of this is just the toilet, because when you go to get on it, it's kind of stuck in the corner. But for a Minecraft purpose, I think it works. Once again, we've got another little sink. We have a shower. And then you've got the end rod, which is supposed to represent a toilet paper holder, and a banner intending to represent a towel. Overall, I'm not quite sure this is my finest piece of work, but I'm quite pleased with it. And if we head into the bedroom, I think it works very nicely. It looks very good. We've just got some decorational mini heads all over the place. I've used the dragon egg for a lamp here with a piece of bamboo wood as like the lampshade. I think it looks fantastic. Once again, some hidden lighting in the mob heads. Looking very nice. We've got a jukebox for some of that atmospheric music. And we've used some birch buttons on the side of stripped dark oak logs to kind of make it look like handles on dresser drawers. But overall, I think it's a very beautiful looking room. We can close that door now. That is actually it for the second floor. Of course, we didn't put anything up on this like rooftop area because it is bottom half slabs, so it would be very difficult to try and put anything on there. Now, we didn't end up finishing the basement, and we're not going to finish it this episode, just because I want to put a giant storage unit here, and some of the ideas I have for down here, I just don't have access to the type of blocks that I want, or the materials that I would need to make the redstone contraption that I would like to make. So due to that reason, this is going to be the end of today's episode. In the next episode, we are going to make a honey farm, and we're probably going to make a brand new building down here in this little cove, cave area, whatever you want to call it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, guys, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me. I would love to see this channel go somewhere and be able to do this as a job one day. Anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Gaming Aquatic, and I will see you next time. Bye!